Every night, the moon rises without effort. It does not announce itself. It does not rush. It simply appears, the same way it has for as long as human beings have been looking up. Long before cities, long before written language, long before history had a name, the moon was already there, circling Earth in silence. We tend to think of it as familiar, almost ordinary, a constant companion in the sky. Something we believe we understand because we see it so often. And yet, the moon has never shown us its whole self. There is a side of the moon that has never faced Earth, a side that no human being could see for most of history, no matter how sharp their eyes or how powerful their imagination. Not because it hides in shadow, but because of the way it moves. The moon rotates at exactly the same pace that it orbits our planet, locked into a slow gravitational rhythm that never breaks. One face always looks toward us, the other always looks away. And so, night after night, century after century, the moon carried a hidden half across the sky without ever revealing it. For thousands of years, that unseen side existed only as an idea. People filled the gap with stories, fears, and symbols. The moon controlled the tides and shaped calendars, so it felt alive, intentional, capable of influence. If one side was bright and visible, then surely the other side must mean something too. In ancient myths, the hidden side became a place of exile or punishment, a realm of spirits, or a broken land scarred by divine conflict. Even as science advanced, the phrase dark side remained, not because it was accurate, but because it captured how humans felt about the unknown. In truth, the dark side of the moon is not dark at all. It receives sunlight just like the side we see. When it is night on Earth, that far side may be fully illuminated. Darkness was never the real issue. Distance was. Perspective was. The moon's motion created a permanent blind spot, and that blind spot shaped how we thought about it. The closer something feels, the more unsettling it is when part of it remains hidden. Everything changed in the middle of the 20th century. In 1959, a small Soviet spacecraft named Luna 3 passed behind the moon and pointed its camera toward the side humanity had never seen. The images it sent back were rough and incomplete, but they were enough to rewrite centuries of assumption. The far side of the moon looked nothing like the face we knew. Instead of wide, smooth plains, it was dominated by craters, deep scars layered on top of one another, untouched and ancient. It looked older, harsher, and more violent, as if it had lived through a different history altogether. That discovery raised a question no one had expected. If the moon is one object, formed at the same time, why does it look like two different worlds? The answer lies beneath its surface, in events that took place billions of years ago. Early in its existence, the moon was hot and unstable. Asteroids struck it constantly, reshaping its surface over and over again. On the side facing Earth, the crust was thinner. When massive impacts occurred, molten rock from below could rise and spread, filling craters and smoothing the landscape. Those lava flows cooled into the dark plains we see today. On the far side, the story was different. The crust there was thicker, stronger, harder to break. Impacts still happened, but the molten material beneath could not escape as easily. Craters remained open. Scars were never healed. Over time, the difference became permanent. One side softened by internal activity, the other preserved like a fossil. The dark side of the moon became a record of the early solar system, a place where time slowed down and left its marks untouched. Beyond its appearance, the far side holds another kind of importance. Earth is constantly speaking into space. Radio signals, satellites, transmissions, and noise spill outward in every direction, but the moon blocks all of it. When you stand on the far side, Earth never rises in the sky. With it disappears every signal we produce. The result is one of the quietest environments near our planet. For scientists, this silence is extraordinary. It allows them to listen for faint echoes from the early universe, signals that are impossible to detect from Earth's crowded electromagnetic environment. In a universe filled with interference, the Moon's hidden side offers clarity. For decades, that clarity remained unreachable. Then, in 2019, a spacecraft finally touched down on the far side. China's Chang'e 4 mission landed inside the South Pole Aitken Basin, one of the largest and oldest impact craters in the solar system. This was not a simple achievement. Because direct communication with Earth is impossible from the far side, a relay satellite had to be positioned in space just to maintain contact. For the first time, machines explored a place that had existed only in theory and imagination for most of human history. The images sent back were not dramatic in the way movies had imagined. No towering structures, no strange anomalies, just rock, dust, shadows, and silence. And yet, there was something powerful about that simplicity. The dark side of the Moon did not turn out to be mysterious because it was alien. It was mysterious because it was honest. It showed us what happens when a place is left alone for billions of years, shaped only by physics and time. In many ways, the dark side of the Moon acts like a mirror. It reminds us how often we mistake familiarity for understanding. We see the same face of the Moon every night and assume that means we know it. But knowing something requires more than looking at it from one angle. It requires patience, curiosity, and the willingness to accept that some truths do not reveal themselves easily. The Moon never hid its far side on purpose. It simply followed the laws of gravity. The mystery existed because of our position, not its intent. And that lesson extends far beyond space. The universe is full of things that are not hidden, only turned away. Things we cannot see yet because we are standing in the wrong place or asking the wrong questions. Tonight, when the Moon rises and hangs above the horizon, remember that what you are seeing is incomplete. Half of it is turned toward you, bright and familiar. The other half is turned away, bathed in sunlight or shadow, carrying the memory of ancient impacts and the quiet of deep space. It is still there, moving with the same steady rhythm it has always followed. The dark side of the Moon is not a place of fear. It is a reminder that the universe does not owe us full visibility. Understanding comes slowly, piece by piece, as we learn how to look beyond what feels familiar. The Moon will keep circling Earth, and we will keep looking up. And as we do, we will continue to discover that even the closest objects can still teach us humility, patience, and wonder, simply by refusing to show us everything at once. As human technology continues to advance, the dark side of the Moon quietly waits. New missions are planned, new questions are forming, and new generations of scientists are preparing to return to that silent landscape. Not to conquer it, but to understand it. Because the farther we travel into space, the more we realize that exploration is not about claiming territory, but about expanding perspective. The Moon's hidden face reminds us that discovery often begins not with movement outward, but with a shift in how we look at what has always been near. And perhaps that is why the dark side of the Moon still matters so deeply. It stands as proof that mystery does not require distance, and that wonder does not fade with familiarity. Even now, as it turns endlessly around our planet, the Moon carries a side we are still learning to understand, not as something unknown to be feared, but as something patient, enduring, and quietly waiting for us to be ready to see it.